is talking about.
What's up, family? Finally, some good news. Eddie Murphy hasn't done stand-up comedy in years, but according to reports, Eddie is in negotiations with Netflix to do a series of comedy specials. They say that the money is in the same neighborhood that Netflix paid Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. Chris Rock got $40 million for 2 shows, and Dave Chappelle got $60 million for 3 shows. So we'll see how the money busts down for Eddie. But the money ain't all that important. I know it's important to Eddie, but what's important is that Eddie Murphy, one of the greatest comedians of all time, is coming back to stand-up. Y'all don't know, this is big news for me. I don't know how excited y'all are, but I love comedy. I am a comedy connoisseur. Many of the comedians that you guys consider your top comedians of all time, in the last, let's say, the ones who have gotten on in the last 20 years or so, I've watched them from a pup 20, 25 years ago. You know, I was like there. Shit, almost 30 years ago for some of them. I was there, watching them tell their first jokes. I used to fly to LA back in the early 90s. I used to fly to LA on the weekend. A friend of mine owned a club called Birdland. And I would see people like D.L. Hughley and Jamie Foxx and T.K. Kirkland. All these dudes would come there and tell their jokes. Sometimes they get up on stage for free or just little or nothing. But that's when they were coming up and just trying to get in front of a crowd and be heard. And those were some great days, man. D.L. Hughley used to host. So imagine every Friday night watching D.L. Hughley tell jokes impromptu. I'm talking about like rank on people, like rip them apart. He used to tear the audience up. Like, I'm talking about light them up. I mean, if you, whatever you got on, you knew it was a stage, because if you walked in there, it didn't matter what you had on. If you had on something that was whack, oh, he gonna drag you. He is going to drag you. I remember he told this joke once about this dude came in there, he had this like juke suit on, like, you know, the juke suit, like when, if you can imagine, like the type of suit that, if y'all ever watched Malcolm X, that suit, those suits that he was wearing, he and Spike Lee had on, you know, big old baggy suits. But the dude had something like that. He had he had a hat on to match, and it was like real colorful. I think it was yellow. D.L. was like, man, boy, you must have dug all the way back in the closet to get that. It was like, you must have been like, oh yeah, digging it, and you finally grabbed him like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna kill him with this one tonight. But it take D.L. to say it, of course. I ain't no comedian. But, you know, he got the whole expression and the facial, expressions and all that stuff. He got all that stuff down pat to go with it. So, but one of the greatest comedy clubs ever, Birdland, back in the Gap. Oh, man. But back to Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, I can't even remember the last time I saw Eddie Murphy do stand-up. But it's been a long time, at least a couple of decades. At least. Eddie Murphy is back. Man, I can't wait. Y'all tell me what y'all think of Eddie Murphy coming back. And in the last few years, this would be good. This would be a good poll to run. Since Eddie Murphy has been off the scene, which comedian, in your opinion, has had the best stand-up routine? There's a lot of good comedians out there, but only a few great. who's had the best routine. And keep in mind, sometimes a comedian could have the best routine, but he may not be a great comedian, because in order to be great, you got to do it again and again and again and again and again. So, in your opinion, who qualifies for that prestigious honor? Let me know. Let me know who you think has the best comedy routine since Eddie Murphy has been off the scene. And are you excited about Eddie Murphy coming back and doing stand-up? Drop a comment. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?